Hi there, Libra. Thank you for joining me. It's Jen here, and I am doing a look forward into 2021 for you. Um, and I already have shuffled the cards and laid them out because it's just quicker. And the only card I saw was that one. So I don't know what's going on with the cards, but I did some channeling that I wanted to talk to you about first. I didn't look at any astrology, I'm not really an astrologer, so check out your favorite astrologer or astrologers to see what's going on in the stars for you guys. But I got some very specific messages for you. So let me start. I'm going to start with the one, and then there was a very strong love theme going on that may surprise you, and I think it may be a surprise. But I'm going to start with the one that I see you seeking professional assistance with something seemingly simple and mundane, like how to organize things in your house or how to organize and manage your time. But then I also see um, somewhat of a bigger um, you reaching out or finding some software or doing some reading and research is what I want to say. Sorry, and creating a 5-year plan. I see you thinking, I'm sick of this debt. I'm sick of where I live. I'm sick of working. I want to retire, something like that, um, and do something that I love to do. I want to make sure that I am set up for success moving forward. And again, I see that you may either reach out to a professional or really sit down and take the time to figure out where you want to be. I see on a 5-year plan where you want to be and how you're going to get there, and making a budget, maybe refinancing and consolidating, maybe even selling a house, and doing whatever it takes to make sure that you are on track to reach your goal. And putting real practical, tangible steps and actions in motion to where you want to be in a certain time frame. And I see it being very successful and you feeling great about it. I get the sense that maybe this has been in the back of your mind for a long time, but something is going to motivate you to really start taking action. So that was a pretty cool, I thought, actually, idea. I think we all have ideas of what we want, but taking that step from it being sort of a dream or a daydream to really making a plan to make it happen, I think is really amazing. This is just coming in, you may even learn so much or be so successful, or other people may be like, wow, notice, or you talking about it, that maybe you even blog about it or do some videos about it or start helping other people. It could actually become a career in its own right, or at least a side hustle. Um, because I think people are going to be so impressed with, or maybe you want to start your own business, something, but you really doing the legwork and the planning um, that needs to be done to really know. You're just not winging it. You're using professionals. You're getting the information. You're getting the facts. Okay, so then I've got lots of different things when it comes to the love department. Um, oh wait, I'm not done with the other one. I also Okay, so I had a couple very clear visions. One, I saw big chandeliers and several of them, and it reminded me of an older, not old like decrepit, run down, but an older, more elegant theater, or a ballroom, or a place with performances. So if you work at a place, a theater, whether you're an actor or the ticket person or a stagehand, whatever, or a planner of the events. I do see those moving forward this year. I see, or even a concert venue, something like that, a bar or a place that holds bands, anything around that happening. I also see it could be a wedding or a conference. And so if you're trying to figure out, I mean, maybe not in January, but if you're trying to figure out, oh, am I going to have to postpone my wedding? Am I going to have to postpone something that you've been planning or you're planning on attending? I do see that moving forward. Some of you are going to get engaged. And I got a very clear setting, and it reminded me of this card I'm going to show you. So it reminded me of this card, this Two of Wands card in the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I see candles, I see mood lighting, I see an intimate setting. I see two people sitting across from each other at an intimate table for two. So this is a deep connection. The candles and the mood made me think of it's kind of a setting someone might create if they're going to get engaged. This could, just to back up one step, this could be a brainstorming session with someone for this plan you have, because I also got perhaps it's an idea, fire energy to start a business, planning, but then executing the plan. So any ideas that you have, something's really going to stick and make you think, wow, no, I need to pursue this. You're going to get the motivation. I don't know what's going on in the stars for Libra, but get maybe Saturn, I don't know. You can look into that, is really going to put pen to paper. Yeah. Really bring things out of your brain and into the physical world. I also see, okay, so then I also saw very clearly, it's on the other page. I see you walking in town with a friend, walking somewhere, it's outside with a friend of yours and running into something. And there's a connection. It's probably someone you know. I definitely think it's someone you know, perhaps from your hometown or a neighborhood you used to live in, or you just haven't been out in a long time. And your friend senses a connection and makes an excuse to leave, like, oh, I'll go get us a seat, or I'm going to pop into the shop. I want to look at such and such, or, I'm going to go warm up the car if you're in a cold climate. I don't feel as though the friend knows this person, but pretty clearly they feel like a third wheel, I think, basically. And so they are a good wing person and leave, and you're alone, and you just start talking and it becomes obvious that I feel like one of you's like, oh, we should catch up. Hey, here's my definitely numbers are exchanged. So I'm missing a part. Oh, here it is. So I do see, I wrote these down in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. I do see some of you who think, I'm already married, this doesn't resonate, still finding yourself in this situation. You can't even imagine it. But your current relationship may end. This obviously isn't for everyone. I'll just say that. You can't even imagine it, but your current relationship may end, and you find yourself connected with someone new. So I do see in 21 that you will be in a very different place than you are starting, and for some of you it's because you're executing this plan, but for others it's not planned. it's just, it's going to seemingly come out of the blue and a series of events will happen, but I see it being better. It's the fear around change. Oh, if your visceral reaction to hearing that is what? Oh, um, no, I don't want that. It's perhaps, I don't know if we'd get the tower coming up. Not in a, oh, your life's going to be horrible, something horrible is going to happen, but a series of events that when, upon looking back, you will be, I just see it kind of like amazed in a way. Just like not everything was great, but boy, where I am now, you're grateful for the experiences. Okay, let's look at some cards. So these bottom cards are some more overall spiritual lessons. These are career, and this is romance. So I did see this card. It's the moon card. I just love this deck. So as an overall energy of the year, so this could have to do with Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio or those times, which is Pisces end of February into March, Cancer is end of June into July, and Scorpio is end of October into November. The full moons could be significant. A Scorpio person could be significant. So the moon, we're a little bit, our emotions are all stirred up. Now, I see this in a way that you're surprised that you can feel this way about someone. For some of you that maybe have been single, you may have resigned yourself to not thinking you could have this connection, have these feelings for someone, and it's sort of confusing and maybe a little bit scary because they're so intense and deep and there's such a connection there. I'm sorry. If you ever go outside on a moonlit night, things look a little, it's a really exhilarating feeling, right? It's very exhilarating. I love it, especially in the winter. It's just, everything sounds different, everything feels different, everything looks different. It's really cool. It can also, though, cast shadows and make things seem different than they are. Than when if you ever go out camping, for example, and you have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, and it's kind of, I don't know, you're in a different place and you're outside, and it's can be kind of weird. But then when you wake up in the morning, I mean, everything just looks normal and fine. So I don't know if it may feel like a dream. Um, Almost, but it is real and it is happening, and the most emotion that I'm getting from it is really exhilarating and amazing and wonderful. So really sorting out how you feel about things. Anything that you've suppressed down is going to come to the surface. Oops, I have my little um, incense to point. So she's really getting in it. She's down in her emotions. She's really exploring and digging deep and really examining things she's suppressed and saying, you know, what, come on, let's really admit what's going on here. Let's really look at it and let's really deal with it. You're really into dealing with shit this year. Like, no more stuffing this down and denying it. I'm going to really own how I feel and do something about it. I see you being very action oriented. The Hierophant. This is a card about tradition versus your own free will and mind, and um, and really exploring that and trying to figure out what are my beliefs. It's a little bit of a hermit energy, a Virgo energy into this card. but it has more to where the hermit is the part where you really go inside and figure. So you may be following tradition and feel like you have to for some reason. And then when you get to the hermit, you really go inside and say, no, what do I think? What matters to me? What's my guiding principles and my values? And why do I feel like um, uh, even though I have no problem with women having sex, I still feel like I'm a slut. Even if, like, what are these societal pressures and stereotypes? And why do I feel, oh, if I get divorced, there's something wrong with me? If I don't have a traditional job, if I'm not in a traditional relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, and really sort of looking at that and realizing that, boy, I still am controlled by this. I still have shame about things that I shouldn't have any shame about. I'm not doing anything wrong. Um, and really shaking off some of those shackles of societal pressures and arbitrary bullshit, basically. And just figuring out, and you ascend. I mean, there's a real spiritual lesson in the imagery on that card. Oh, yeah, things are going to happen really fast. There's going to be a lot of change. And when this card comes up, it's usually what we want. It's what we've wanted to put in place. If we're really honest with ourselves, it's what we've wanted. And sometimes, for example, we may have applied for a job and we get it, and we kind of panic and we're like, this is happening too fast. But if you stop for a second, you think, well, you applied for the job. What did you think was going to happen? So if you, again, what's really going on with this? If you really wanted out of a relationship, if you really wanted out of something, it will happen. And if you this is bugging me that it's in the background. If you really put your mind to something, though, too, and put things out into the universe, but I think it's even going to be more tangible for you guys than just intention setting. It's going to be, I'm going to make this happen and I'm taking steps to do it. And boy, you're going to be surprised. Wow, I put my mind to something. I made a budget. I made this plan. I educated myself. And instead of just thinking, oh, no, it can't happen, or hoping it just magically happens, you're going to be like, damn, I did my work and it's coming true. Who knew, right? Fire energy. This is also passion. This is falling head over heels too. I think there are going to be a lot of things going on, a lot of things happening, a lot of action, a lot of things coming, manifesting. But again, you're the reason why. Oh yeah, the big D energy card. This is passion, new beginning, new career, new love, new energy, taking action, just exactly what I was saying with the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. This is not a year you're going to sit on your ass and just have analysis paralysis or stay connected to things you're not really, again, what's really in your heart, and why are you suppressing it? Why are you suppressing your happiness and your emotions? Life is too short. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And it's like you snap out of it. It's like the universe you see in old movies, it seems like someone's hysterical and someone comes up and slaps them across the face and wakes them up. It's, I guess so, the awakening. Okay, I'm getting it. I'm slow. The awakening. What am I doing? Life is too short. I want to live the life that I want to live, and I'm not going to live it and it's not selfish. I think you've been dealing with shit that you don't necessarily have to. So let's look at career. Four of Swords. You want I've probably told you this before if you're a regular listener. I can't remember who it has come up for, but if you look at the Myers, I took a management class. It was 9 classes, I think, for 3 hours over a course of 9 months where I work, and this really interesting, wonderful man was kind of the leader of the class, but taught classes on Myers Briggs. So for me, it's like astrology of the working world. I love it. And it classifies you into, there's 16 different types, I believe. And it's like, are you introverted or extroverted? Are you a thinker or I can't remember, a feeler or a thinker? I'm sorry, you can look it up and figure it out. I'm so sorry. And he said, and it's a little hard to fill out because how, for example, your true nature, how you are at home versus how you have to be professionally at work aren't necessarily the same. So you can get very different outcomes depending on how you're approaching taking the quiz. And he said, okay, take it from the perspective of what's most natural to you, not how you've trained yourself to be in the professional world, but what is your true nature. And I had taken it before and it changed a little. But he said, now, if you have a job that goes against your type, you're going to feel exhausted at the end of the day. If you're working against your type, you're going to feel exhausted. But if you embrace it and find your niche that is, with you, that works with your style, then it replenishes you, it energizes you. So you really may be thinking about career, and I don't necessarily know if your career is going to change this year, but this is where that 5-year plan comes in, right? And I'm working against my type, and every goddamn motherfucking day it exhausts me. So how do I either get zen and accept it for the moment, but I'm taking that action, I'm making that plan to change it? You may want to do something like yoga, meditation. There are jobs within corporations and places of business where the job is to help people do this, right? Or you can reach out to those services. Oh, I love it. No, you're want to make the thing you do that allows you to calm down, to feel centered, that feeds your soul, that energizes you, that works with your type. That's what you're going to be working towards. That's part of your 5-year plan. This can literally be anything, um, whatever your thing is. And I almost hate to give examples because it's different for everyone. If it's gardening, if it's knitting, if it's cooking. Some people like to clean. Maybe you start your own cleaning, but some people love cleaning, organizing, things like that. I'm not one of them. Gardening, I already say that. Working on cars, exercise. I mean, it could. There's no right or wrong. It can be absolutely anything. And this came up for Sag. I've only done Sag. In Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth Gilbert writes, and I'm probably getting this wrong, but I'll get the gist of it, how I think when she was in India, she was having a lot of trouble meditating. And she just couldn't sit still. And she was like, I talk too much. And she was beating herself up. And she decided, I'm going to take a vow of silence. I need to just be able to shut up and focus on myself and focus inward. And maybe I'll be able to sit and meditate. And it was like that day or the next day, the people running the retreat came to her and said, everyone had a job while they were there, it sounds like. And the people that run the place said, okay, Liz, we would like you to shift your job so that you are the person that greets new people that come here and orients them and teaches them how things work because you're such a good people person. And so she was going against type, and they saw it as her superpower, not a barrier. Yeah, you feel like you're enduring, you're exhausted. I don't know if I can keep going on. And instead of trying to be all these other 9 things, just tending to the one wand. And you do have the Ace of Wands here. Yeah, focusing your energy this year, and what's the most bang for the buck? What is the most important? And keeping it simple. I mean, you do have a lot of things going on, right? But it's all around one core purpose, idea, what's most important, which I think is your mental health and sanity. Really. I know I'm laughing. Yeah, because the Four of Cups is just like, I hate this. I just want to curl up in the fetal position. I just want to go away. I'm numb. I'm going through the emotions. I'm just hanging in there. I have to do this. Maybe that's it. Maybe you have to stick with something for a certain amount of time and then you can do what you want. This is resonating for a Libra friend of mine. So making that plan of what you need to do in the short term to get to where you want in the long term. But it can't be too long. You can't go your whole life waiting to get there to make that change. You're going to make that change this year. Love life. The Hanged Man. A complete reversal in thinking when it comes to your love life. A complete change in your love life. An aha, a shift in perspective, like a bolt of lightning. You're going to wake up from a slumber and see things very clearly. Although the Hangman is a time of suspension, I think it will be a time, and I think a lot of people with quarantine have really, things that they've been able to leave behind when they go to work or ignore because whatever, we have our own lives, we come and go. Really, it's very difficult to keep them down, keep those emotions suppressed, and they're rising to the surface. And when we really sit with the Hanged Man and face things and address things, our whole perspective can shift, our whole mindset can shift, and we can really see something clearly we somewhat refused to look at before. And so there's going to be a complete reversal in your relationships in some way. Page of Cups. See, this is that new, either it's a fresh start in your current relationship. We have a moon here again, getting your feelings sorted out. But this is new communication, new love, new beginning. Feeling like you're in love again. So either revitalizing, but I think for some of you, a new love coming in, and wow, I didn't know I could have this feeling or this connection. Again, it's going to be very surprising, I think. Yep. And something's done. Something is over. I mean, look how over that is. It's dead. It's done. It's nailed. I mean, it's time to realize something is over and let it go. And the Ten of Swords is the end of that. Something that was toxic or exhausting or not your, when you really bring it up to examine it with the moon and this Hanged Man, you're done. And I find that the Ten of Swords isn't necessarily some big, gigantic blow up or horrible event, but for whatever reason, it's the straw that breaks the camel's back, that at that one moment, for whatever reason, you're ready to hear it, or it gets through, it breaks the denial, it bubbles up to the surface, and you have to address it, deal with it, admit it, and examine it. And yeah, you have to deal with it, I think is what I want to say. And it's done. It's like a switch flicks in your brain, and it's just done. And then you can take action. Wow. And then the Fool. Here I am. Whoops. Speaking of Fool, here I am. I'm free. I'm moving forward. I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm transforming my life. I'm transforming. I don't know where I'm going, but that's where the plan comes in, because the Fool isn't a fool. The Fool knows that there is no magic right time. There is no assurances or guarantees, but sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith on yourself and push forward and move forward, and go towards something new. Wow, the freedom, this is really the feeling I'm getting. This is an incredible reading for you, Libra. Libra, liberating. A load has been lifted. It's as if you had just said to yourself, you were just going to wait, and you realize you can't wait anymore. What are you waiting for? Life is just passing you by. Is that a Jewel song? Am I standing still? I think it's that. You can look up those lyrics. There might be a message. It doesn't mean you have to like Jewel, but there's a message maybe in those lyrics. Let's look it up. The fuck, man? Got nothing else to do. You can just turn it off if you don't want to hear them. Don't worry, I won't sing. Jewel. Am I standing still? Lyrics. Look at that. Ow! Just hit my elbow. Cutting through the darkness night, my two headlights try to keep it clear, but I'm losing it here to the twilight. This will remind me of the moon card. There's a dead end to my left. There's a burning bush to my right. Yeah, things are passing. Ooh, I got the chills. Was that you passing me by? Things are passing me by. Life is passing. You feel on some level, in some area of your life, that things are passing you by because you're stuck in I feel like I'm going to drown in this strange town. Okay, wow. Right? I feel broken down. Oh my God, I'm getting the chills. Waiting around for someone. No more waiting around for someone. No more waiting around, but taking action. Okay, I'm glad I looked those up. Total chills. Yeah, the Fool's like, I'm not waiting around anymore. I'm moving forward with my plans, my goals. All right, Libra. I love this reading for you guys. Codependent no more. The shackles are coming off, and you're just making things happen. I hope you have an amazing 2021. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.